Today, we are looking at the CookPerfect Meat Thermometer, which is a smart cooking device that boasts a massive range of features for its modest $115 price tag. The CookPerfect Meat Thermometer is a product that boasts that it can help you cook your food better. It has stemmed from a result of the explosion in popularity of smoking, cooking, and barbecuing, which has led to every company selling some sort of product along the same lines. For $115, you receive a very stylish looking thermometer that will connect to your phone wirelessly via Bluetooth. That's if you don't count the wire that connects the temperature probe to the puck. This thermometer boasts some notable features which seem really helpful and place it at a good value when we consider the price tag. The most notable feature seems to be that the thermometer has 6 different sensors in each temperature probe. One is on the end of the probe, which measures the ambient temperature around the food you are cooking, and the other 5 are up the length of the probe that go into the portion of the food that you're cooking. These 5 sensors are then combined with a very under-detailed algorithm, which is what CookPerfect claims gives you that perfect cook every time. So immediately when you open the box, you have the CookPerfect thermometer. Lifting up the piece of cardboard that holds the thermometer in reveals a temperature probe, the instruction booklet, 2 included AAA batteries, and a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the back of the thermometer. Taking a look around the CookPerfect thermometer, you can see that it's a quite hefty round disc with 3 LED lights on the front to indicate if your probes are active, as well as your power and Bluetooth status. On the left and right sides, you have the connections for your 2 probes, only one of which is included. On the back, you have 2 Phillips head screws that hold the magnetic plate to the back, and underneath this is the spot for the 2 AAA batteries that power the unit. The included probe has a nice metal braided cable that terminates into an L-shaped probe and has a plastic handle with 1 sensor on the end, followed by the sensor array that is intended to go into your food. There is also a small line on this sensor array to depict how far you should stick the probe into your food. Setting up the thermometer is really simple. Once you've installed some AAA batteries, all you have to do is plug in a probe which turns on the unit automatically. Then you have to open the app, which in my case automatically detected the thermometer, and you're good to go. The CookPerfect app seems very well developed compared to other apps for similar thermometers. I very rarely experience any bugs, and as far as I could tell, all the features worked well, if at times a little slowly. When using the app, you are asked to pick between 3 different types of food that you want to cook. These include bakery, meat, and vegetables. After you have selected the type of food that you are cooking, you can then select how well you want the food to be cooked. CookPerfect allows you to select how you want your food to be cooked based on a temperature, a style, think medium rare, well done, etc., or an image reference. You can actually select how you want your food to be cooked based on how it's going to look, and, spoiler alert, it's really accurate. Once this is done, you tell your thermometer to start the cooking process, and after a while, it'll give you an estimated time for when your food will be cooked. However, I have found this feature to be quite slow to show up. Generally, if I'm cooking a steak or chicken, it seems to only show up within the last few minutes of the cooking process, if at all. The app also allows you to set alerts to go off based on time or the temperature of the food that you're cooking, so that you can prepare another dish or do whatever it is you do when you're cooking. An issue I have found whilst using the thermometer is that it has to be positioned perfectly in the meat to actually give an accurate reading. I'm used to this now, but when I first got this thermometer, I struggled over many dishes to get accurate readings. In one case, it was reading fine when I was cooking one side of a steak, but when I flipped the steak over, it started to cool down. What I've found is you have to make sure the probe is perfectly in the center of the meat, whilst being all the way up to the line and not sticking out of the meat at all. Another feature I feel CookPerfect is lacking is that I cannot probe something that I've already cooked. For example, when I'm frying chicken, I like to test the chicken has come up to temperature after I think it is already done. With the CookPerfect thermometer, I have to stick 3 pieces of chicken in a line so that all the sensors are covered so that I can get an accurate reading. Instead, I'd like a mode where I can just check the temperature of the sensor at the end of the probe. So am I going to continue to use this thermometer? Well, compared to my current thermometer, which is a Maverick iChef, It seems to have both some pros and cons. The CookPerfect thermometer has a much better build quality than the Maverick iChef, and the magnetised back is really useful. However, the iChef doesn't need an app to work, and it has a display on the unit so that you always know what temperature your food is cooking at with just a glance. I can also test my chicken with the iChef as I outlined previously. Realistically, they are both good options, and if I wasn't spoiled with both, I would be happy with either. There is very little that I can say that is negative about the CookPerfect thermometer. So yes, I'm going to continue to use the CookPerfect thermometer. And I recommend you do as well, especially if this is your first cooking thermometer. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Leave a comment if you have anything to say about this video. Share this video if you think someone else would enjoy it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.